Stop buying chicken feed. The 4-system setup that feeds chickens for free year-round. What if the biggest expense on your chicken farm could almost disappear? Not by cutting corners, not by starving your flock, and certainly not by relying on some miracle supplement. The truth is that many successful homesteaders are dramatically reducing their feed bills by producing most of their chickens' nutrition right on their own property. Some have even reached the point where commercial feed is only an occasional backup rather than a daily necessity. If you enjoy practical homesteading strategies that help you save money and become more self-sufficient, please subscribe to The Profitable Homestead and join our growing community of farmers and backyard poultry keepers. For most flock owners, feed is the largest ongoing expense. A modest flock can easily consume hundreds of dollars worth of feed every year. As grain prices rise, transportation costs increase, and supply chains become less predictable, many homesteaders are looking for ways to break free from complete dependence on the feed store. The good news is that chickens do not need feed bags. What they truly need is nutrition. They need protein, energy, vitamins, minerals, and healthy digestion. Once you start thinking in terms of nutrients rather than products, a whole new world of possibilities opens up. The system we are discussing today combines 4 powerful methods that work together. Each provides a different nutritional benefit, and together they create a feeding strategy that can dramatically reduce or even eliminate the need for commercial feed during much of the year. The first system is fermented grain. This is often the easiest place to start because it requires almost no investment. All you need is a bucket, water, and grain. Simply place your grain into a container, cover it completely with water, and allow it to ferment for 48 to 72 hours. During fermentation, beneficial bacteria begin breaking down compounds that can interfere with nutrient absorption. Minerals become more available, digestion improves, and the grain absorbs water, increasing its volume significantly. 1 kilogram of dry grain typically produces between 1.5 and 1.8 kilograms of fermented feed. The result is simple. Chickens often eat less while getting more usable nutrition. Feed waste decreases, digestive health improves, and every kilogram of grain stretches further than before. While fermented grain alone will not eliminate your feed bill, it immediately makes every dollar spent on grain work harder. The second system is fodder sprouting. This process turns ordinary grain into a living feed crop. Barley, wheat, and oats are all excellent choices. Begin by soaking the grain in water for 8 to 12 hours. After soaking, spread it in shallow trays about 1/4 inch deep. Keep the trays moist and in a location with indirect light and good airflow. Over the next 7 days, the grain transforms into a thick mat of roots and green shoots. Chickens can eat the entire mat, including the roots. This is where the numbers become impressive. 1 kilogram of dry grain can produce 6 to 8 kilograms of fresh fodder. During sprouting, enzymes activate within the seed, making nutrients easier to access. The birds receive fresh greens, additional moisture, and highly digestible nutrition. Many homesteaders find that fodder becomes one of the most dependable parts of their feeding program because it can be produced year-round. Even during winter, when pasture growth slows, fodder trays continue producing fresh feed indoors. The third system is duckweed. Although many people overlook it, duckweed may be one of the most productive feed crops on the planet. This tiny floating plant grows on the surface of still water and can double its mass every 1 to 2 days under ideal conditions. What makes duckweed especially valuable is its protein content. On a dry matter basis, it often contains between 25 and 45% crude protein. That rivals many traditional protein feeds used in poultry diets. Setting up a duckweed system does not require a large pond. A stock tank, plastic tub, or shallow water container holding around 380 liters of water can work well. Start with enough duckweed to cover roughly 1/3 of the surface. Given the right conditions, it will spread rapidly. Duckweed thrives in nutrient-rich water. Lightly diluted chicken manure can provide the nutrients needed for explosive growth. This creates a productive cycle where nutrients from the chickens help grow more feed for the chickens. Harvest no more than 1/3 of the duckweed each day. Leaving the rest behind allows the colony to regenerate quickly. Within a surprisingly small space, you can create a constant supply of protein-rich feed throughout the warm season. The fourth system is Azolla. This remarkable floating fern is often called one of nature's most efficient feed crops. Unlike many plants, Azolla has a unique partnership with beneficial microorganisms that allow it to capture nitrogen directly from the atmosphere. Because of this natural ability, Azolla requires very little fertilization while producing impressive amounts of protein. On a dry matter basis, it typically contains between 25 and 35% crude protein, along with valuable vitamins and amino acids. Growing Azolla is straightforward. A shallow bed with 2 to 4 inches of water is ideal. Partial shade helps maintain strong growth, especially in warmer climates. Add a starter culture at a rate of approximately 1 handful per square meter of water surface. Under good conditions, the Azolla quickly spreads across the water. Within 2 to 3 weeks, a small starter culture can develop into a productive feed source capable of supplying a significant portion of your flock's protein needs. Now, each of these systems is valuable on its own. But the real power comes when they work together. Fermented grain improves efficiency and nutrient absorption. Fodder provides fresh living feed throughout the year. Duckweed delivers rapid warm season protein production. Azolla adds another dependable source of homegrown nutrition with minimal maintenance. Together they form a complete feeding ecosystem. Instead of relying on a single purchased product, you create multiple streams of nutrition directly on your property. If one system slows down, the others continue producing. This diversity increases resilience and reduces risk. Many homesteaders who adopt this approach discover something unexpected. The greatest benefit is not simply saving money. It is gaining independence. When feed prices rise, they are less affected. When supplies become difficult to find, their birds continue eating. Their farm becomes stronger because it relies more on biological systems and less on purchased inputs.